Ladies and guys who keep asking me to sign off on every little thing you do. Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet. This is the Kill You're in a Loser show. Let's fucking go. First one of these I've done in a little while, YouTube video. For those of you who aren't following my Spotify, jump on there because I've actually done a couple of podcasts in the last couple of weeks that I haven't uploaded to YouTube. So there's a bit of content there you might have missed out on. What I'm going to do today is read out something that I posted in my group coaching program. So for those of you who aren't familiar, I have coaching. I got a group coaching program. There's a Facebook group in there. And occasionally I write really long posts and, important stuff to the guys who are in there. And I thought this was important enough that I'm going to jump in and share this with you guys. So I'm just going to read verbatim from what I wrote. But for context, there are a few guys in my group coaching program, and I've seen a lot of guys on the forums do this where they want me to sign off on everything. As in, they will post a text screenshot or a screenshot of a text conversation, and they'll say, is it okay if I say this? Or do you think I should say this? Or what should I say? My job, guys, is not to tell you every little thing that you need to do. That doesn't help you. That just makes you dependent on me. And anytime something new comes up, you're going to run to me and say, Andy, what am I supposed to do? Or you're going to run to some other person who gives you advice and say, what am I supposed to do? What I want you guys to do, the philosophy I want to leave you guys with, the philosophy I want to teach you is it's very, 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 very important that you be okay with the fact that you're going to get things wrong. You're going to make mistakes. You don't need to have the perfect text game. It doesn't matter if you say something wrong. It doesn't matter if you fuck something up. It doesn't matter if you do something completely cringeworthy. It won't matter at the end of the day. What does matter is that you give yourself permission to make some mistakes. Give yourself permission to suck and just start experimenting. Try different things. Try different methods of texting. Or if your goal is, going to the gym, try a couple of different routines. You don't have to have the perfect routine when you go to the gym. You don't have to have the perfect text conversation. You don't have to be Mr. Smooth Casanova who knows exactly what he's saying. Stop thinking that you need to be perfect with this shit. Stop stressing about saying something wrong. Stop stressing about making a mistake or failing. Failure is just information, feedback. Every failure gets you closer to success, to the point where you know what you're doing and you don't fuck up as much. But if you sit here and ask me or ask any, authority what to do in every single situation, you're just engineering a situation in which you need us or you need me or you can't do anything for yourself. You have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You have to learn how to figure out this stuff for yourself. So I'll jump in and I'll read out word for word exactly what I wrote in the group. Guys. I'm seeing this a lot in here lately. You're posting text screenshots saying, what do I say to this girl? Or is this girl going to meet me or not? Or is this girl rejecting me or will she meet me? I can't tell. Guys, stop posting these. You are not helping yourself by constantly needing permission just to take your shot and experiment. I and the other people in this group are not here to sign off on every single text you send, every interaction you have with a woman, etc. That is not going to help you. You're not going to be able to spread your wings and build an elite sex life if you need approval for every text conversation you have with a girl. And how can we even know if this girl is going to meet you until you ask her? How can we even know if she wants to have sex with you until you try to have sex with her? A lot of these screenshots I'm seeing are you guys asking us to mind read based on one freaking screenshot. That's literally impossible. If you want to know if a girl is into you, ask her out with an exact time and place, which is something I've noticed some of you aren't doing. Literally say, hey, let's grab that drink. How's 6 p.m. on Friday night at the name of the bar? This whole getting laid thing requires you to take your shot and screen for the girls who want to have sex. And the way you screen is by actually asking them out directly, inviting them back to your apartment directly, kissing them directly, etc. More to the point, what you're actually trying to do when you post these text screenshots and ask us what to text is, you're actually trying to buffer against rejection. You are trying to worm your way out of ever getting anything wrong or making a mistake that makes a girl stop talking to you. By asking us, what do I say here? You're trying to be a perfectionist and you're trying to never fuck anything up, which is not how you build an elite sex life, and it's not how you achieve any goal in general. You have to be okay with the fact that you're gonna fuck things up. This is all just a process of experimentation. You are gonna get some things wrong. Some of you seem to be trying to avoid that entirely, and I'm here to tell you that you are never going to reach your goals if you tiptoe around rejection like this. You have to throw yourself in, you have to make some mistakes. This is all a numbers game. The time some of you have wasted overanalyzing your text messages is time that you could have spent hitting on 30 girls, for fuck's sakes. How many times have I referred to the article I wrote? The answer to all your problems is to go hit on more girls. Good Looking Loser has said the same thing. Stop trying to be perfect. Remind yourself you have unlimited tries. If you don't say the perfect thing to one girl, who cares? There's 4 billion other women out there waiting for you to try on them. You will get better at texting. You will get better at making a move. You will get better at having sex. You will get better at being smooth and confident by doing it. Not by being so afraid of ever making a mistake that you need to run every single step by this group and overanalyze the fuck out of it, expecting us to be able to mind read what the girl is thinking or what she wants. Again, we don't know what she wants until you take your shot. We don't know if it's going to work until you take your shot. This is a process of screening. You are trying to figure out if she wants to have sex with you. And I'm sorry, but there's no way for you to magically know that unless you ask. Even me, after all this experience, I have not developed magic powers to always be able to tell if a girl is going to sleep with me or not. The only way I know for sure, 100% for sure, is when I ask and she says yes or she says no. Now go out there. I want you guys to go out there and make some mistakes. I promise it is okay to be perfect. Nobody gets to their goal without ever fucking anything up. And in fact, you get there quicker by being okay with fucking up a lot and learning from it. The time you're spending trying not to make mistakes is time that you could have spent hitting on more girls. So go, go, go. I want to just, that's the end of what I wrote. I want to just really reiterate that this doesn't just apply to getting laid. This applies to fucking everything. Please stop thinking that you have to do things perfectly or that you have to ask permission before you do something or that you have to get me or anyone else to sign off on stuff. You are allowed to throw yourself in there and try and risk failure and get something wrong and do something cringeworthy and make some mistakes. You're allowed to. It applies to everything. Making money, making friends, socializing, getting laid, going to the gym, starting a new project, starting a 365 project, getting a promotion at work, going and applying to a job, choosing a university degree. Like all of these choices or all of these things that we work on, you're allowed to do a bad job at the start. I give you permission. You need to give yourself permission. Stop thinking that you have to be perfect. Stop buffering against rejection by trying not to ever fail. You're going to fail. If I had to count the number of times I've failed to get to this point, Jesus Christ, it's like 50,000 times I've failed. 50,000 times I've made myself cringe. 50,000 times I've buried my head in the sand and gone, oh my God, I hope nobody noticed that cringeworthy thing I just did. That's horrible. And guess what? A lot of time, people do notice. I've done some cringeworthy, embarrassing shit. Like 1,000,000 times. It doesn't matter. If I was too afraid to ever get anything wrong, if I needed everyone to sign off on everything I ever do, if I had to go and ask permission before I do anything, I never would have gotten to this point. This is why the very first article I ever wrote was give yourself permission to suck. It's why that was the second podcast I ever did. It's a very fucking important concept. You need to understand this is a process of experimentation. You need to try a bunch of stuff, see what works for you, see what doesn't. Take bits of my advice, take bits of other people's advice, take bits from books, from podcasts, from movies, from whatever, and try a bunch of different stuff. You can't sit there waiting for me to give you the answer, or even more to the point, waiting for me to give you permission, okay? If you want permission, here it is. I give you permission to be a fuck up. You are allowed to be a fuck up. So go out there, be a fuck up, reach your goals, start working towards your goals, and please stop sitting on the sidelines waiting for me to sign off on everything. if you want coaching with me, if you want to join this group coaching program that I've talked about, links in the description below. As always, guys, go out there, make a few mistakes, and crush your goals.